Hi and welcome. Today we're going to talk about the LinkedIn updates you should know and master. My name is Barb Breezer and I work for a mobile digital marketing agency called Purplegator. Purplegator, again, is a digital mobile first marketing agency. We specialize in websites, mobile apps, mobile advertising, social media advertising, video, using geo-targeting to help our clients connect with their customers. Our campaigns are in the areas of recruitment. We do trade show marketing, we do retail campaigns, we do text message marketing campaigns, we do apartment marketing, works in a number of different verticals. We also serve as a backroom for other agencies. You can send me an email if you'd like to learn more, barb@purplegator.com. Visit our website, purplegator.com, or give me a call, 515-850-1162. And I'll send you a link to this presentation on the company Slideshare, also a copy of the handout that has primarily the character limits that you need to work with in the various sections, and also some other good links to good LinkedIn resources. Today's agenda, we're going to talk about the importance of LinkedIn for both individuals and companies. We're going to talk about how easy it is to write articles and get published on LinkedIn, even if you don't have a blog, how to effectively use your keywords, how to customize your profile, effective headlines and summaries, should you connect with everyone who asks, how to build your network, and what has changed with the new LinkedIn. The answer is practically everything. If you've heard me speak before, I often use some fun references. Facebook for business. I say you should treat that like the company picnic. It should be lighthearted and fun, talking about the things that you have in common with your audience, but it's not a place to promote, or sell. In fact, with Facebook, you probably want to follow that 80-20 rule, which is about 80% interesting, informative, educational, and engaging. And then after you've earned their trust, about 20% is promotion. Twitter, on the other hand, is more like a networking event or a trade show. When you walk in and it seems like everyone is talking at once. And it's important to figure out which conversations are the most important, where you want to participate, where you want to listen, etc. LinkedIn, on the other hand, is like the Chamber of Commerce. It's an online Chamber of Commerce. You are absolutely expected to talk about your business, to highlight your strengths, to talk about what sets you apart in your industry, etc. If you're not talking about business at LinkedIn, people are surprised. So my first question is, who has a LinkedIn profile? Keep your hand up if you have over 500 connections. Again, who's using keywords and titles strategically to be found in searches? And finally, who can attribute new clients and new business to the work they've done on LinkedIn? Usually at this point, most of the hands in the room are down. I talked to a number of people who say, but what will my boss think? I don't want to put up a LinkedIn profile because I don't want him to think I'm looking for a job, or I don't want him to know that I'm looking for a job. Well, keep in mind, LinkedIn is much more than just a place to find a job. LinkedIn is the place for you to highlight why somebody would want to do business with your company, with you in particular, but also your company. So at the table there, each one of these people brings a unique strength to your business. And as a whole, they're what makes your business the right one, the solution to somebody's problem. So the engineering department has their strengths, and the production department has their strengths, and the creative department has their strengths. Each one of those individuals should highlight their area of expertise, and then the company as a whole. Let's talk a little bit about writing articles and publishing on LinkedIn. According to Demand Metric, 80% of people appreciate learning about a company through custom content. And 70% would rather learn about a company through articles rather than just their advertising. So here are some key benefits of publishing on LinkedIn. It allows you to publish content even if you don't have a blog. It establishes your position as an industry expert. It provides value to your connections. Your connections are notified every time you publish, so we'll talk a little bit more about using that strategically. People can share your articles with others, which increases your exposure exponentially. And if your article is selected by LinkedIn Pulse, your exposure can be huge. It's really that easy to write an article on LinkedIn. Click on the toolbar overhead, which if you haven't seen it lately, it has changed. You click on the little home button, and then you click there where I have the arrow that says write an article. I recommend that you write it on a Word document or some other document first, get your formatting correct, pay attention to your characters, make sure that it looks the way that you want it to look, and perhaps find an image that you'd like to use, and then just copy and paste and drop it in here for where you write your article. It's also quite easy to share a presentation using Slideshare. LinkedIn bought Slideshare in 2012, and it's been a pretty good relationship for both parties. It's really easy to upload and add a presentation to your profile. The trick is, be sure to save the file as a PDF first. Even a PowerPoint presentation, brochure, whatever it is, you want to save it as a PDF. Then you can just hover your mouse over the presentation and select Add to Profile. And you want to be sure to use your keywords in the description and the tags. I've mentioned keywords a few times. Let's talk a little bit more about the importance of keywords in LinkedIn. Think about it this way. Who's searching for you? Can they find you? And can they find you by keyword phrase? If you want to ask, what do people see when they find you? Here's what you would hope they would see. First, a professional profile picture, which should be a headshot. It's people want to see your face. They want to see your smile. They don't necessarily need to see you leaning up against your motorcycle with the mountains in the background, unless you sell motorcycle trips up into the mountains, then maybe that would work. If you want to put a colored background, maybe a red or blue to really make it pop, you don't know how to do that, you can get one done at Fiverr.com. And it really is that easy, and it really is only $5. You want your name, you want to keep it simple, and you want to customize your LinkedIn URL. You want a great headline, and here's one of the places you're going to use your keywords. And you also want a terrific summary. First, let's talk about how to customize your public profile URL. You see over here on the right-hand side on Joe's profile, it's linkedin.com/in, his name, and all those numbers. It's very simple to fix that. Up at the top, you click on your picture where it says me, then you click View Profile, and you click on Contact and Personal Info. Down there, you'll see where it says click on the pencil to edit. You just click on the pencil, back up and erase all of those numbers, and make sure that it's your name. And then this is really easy to share on your business cards, on your signature line, in your email, etc. You know, linkedin.com/in/Barb Brazier. Makes sense that it's my name and it's easy to find me. An effective LinkedIn headline tells people what you are, who you are, how connecting with you will make their life or job better, and you want to give proof when you can with credible examples. And note here, it's a 120 character max. Great headline examples, executive recruiter, speaker, author, I help you create a better career, featured on Fox, CBS, and CNN. And that thing between the word recruiter and the word speaker is called the pipe. And the pipe is located above the enter key. If you hit shift above the backslash. It's a nice way to separate things out and make it easy to read. Fundraising consultant who helps major nonprofits raise more money. Clients include the Red Cross and YMCA. Or personal trainer who helps high school athletes get stronger and faster. Certified by the American Council on Exercise. You'll notice it doesn't say vice president of transportation with 25 years in the industry. You want to be using the things that make people understand what you do and how connecting with you is going to make their life better. You also need to write a compelling LinkedIn summary. Your summary is the place you tell why somebody will benefit from connecting with you. Who do you want to reach? What do you want them to learn? How do you want them to feel? And why should they connect with you? You want to include your best accomplishments, your value. It's often helpful to include facts and figures about your industry. Again, you're setting yourself up as an industry expert, that go-to person that somebody's going to want to do business with. You also want your differentiators. What makes you different from, for example, all the other financial advisors out there? And again, note, this is a 2,000 character max. So you have plenty of opportunity to highlight your accomplishments. Here's a question I often get: should I connect with everyone who sends me a LinkedIn request? Think of it like a business card exchange. If you would say no to swapping business cards at an actual face-to-face event, then don't accept a LinkedIn request. Otherwise, take a moment to take a look at the profile and learn more. You can always disconnect from somebody if you decide it's not a good connection. Here's a sketchy request for connection. Your request for connection come in as an email. I got this one that says, hello, Barbara. I'd like to connect with you on LinkedIn, from Gregory Hughes, who's a military officer in the U.S. Army. I'm pretty sure it's fake, but just for fun, we click on his name to learn more. Click on the profile to learn more about the potential value of connecting. Again, I see that he is a military officer in the U.S. Army in Afghanistan. There's no background, there's no information at all, and they can't spell Army. So chances are this is also a fake. There are scams that involve people with fake LinkedIn profiles that want to spam you or get additional information from you. So in this case, it's not a good idea to connect with this guy. Let's talk about how to build and nurture your network. First, you want to reach out and connect with people you already know. Current and former colleagues, professors, coworkers, friends, associates, etc. But then you reach out and connect with people you want to know. And finally, and most importantly, you want to connect with the people they know. But this is super important. Don't be a spammer. When you send an invitation to connect, the recipient can choose to report you as a person they don't know or as someone who's a spammer. And after a few people report your invitations, you're going to find your account restricted, and it is not easy to get that restriction removed. If you've looked at someone's connection, you've accepted them as a connection, you decide that you do not want to continue to be connected with that person, you can actually remove a connection. First of all, you're going to click on the little ellipsis, the little dot, dot, dot over there to the right by Danny's face, and then click Remove Connection. In that same drop-down box, you'll notice you can also request a recommendation. A lot of people believe that recommendations from people they know and trust on their LinkedIn profile adds a lot of value and credibility. So if you click on Request a Recommendation, this is the box that pops up. It says, ask Danny to recommend you. Help us to personalize your request. How do you know Danny? And there's a number of choices there. My position at the time when I connected with him. And also I can here ask Danny to recommend me and include a personalized message with your request. You can do this, but actually I don't recommend that you do it in this manner. The best way to get a recommendation is to give one. It's a pleasant surprise. It's just nice for the person you've recommended, and more often than not, that person is going to reciprocate. So at the bottom there it says recommend Danny. And I actually suggest that you go maybe once or twice a week. you look through your LinkedIn connections, or maybe you had a great experience with someone recently and you want to thank them publicly for it. The best way to do that is to write a quick LinkedIn recommendation. It'll show up on their profile. They're going to be notified that you did that. Other people are going to be notified that you gave that recommendation. And I want to say 9 times out of 10, that person's going to go, wow, that was really nice. And they're going to give a recommendation back. Another interesting thing you can do is save your profile as a PDF. It just sort of lays out a little bit like a printed resume. But if you are in fact going to go through and make a lot of these changes that I recommend here, you might want to save it as a PDF and go ahead and print it out, make some notes as to what you want to change, and then you'll have a reference document to go back and be able to make your changes and updates pretty easily. Again, just click on the ellipsis and then click on Save to PDF. Now let's get into the meat of the matter. What has changed with the new LinkedIn? Here are a few of the most important changes. The look of your profile page itself. The background image is different. You can upload a new one or you can reposition the one you already have if it's a good one. The summary is different. Although you still have all of those characters in your summary, only the first 2 lines show when somebody's looking at your profile unless they click the More button. So you want to make sure that those first 2 lines are good ones. And they only have about 230 characters to work with. I use something called a word tool or character count tool. You can Google that, and it's a site that pops up when you type everything in. It tells you exactly how many characters or how many words you've used, and it's a great reference tool to use. The skills section, only your top 3 skills show now. So you want to make sure that these are the top 3 that you really want to be found for. Groups has changed. Although you can belong to 50 groups, only 7 group logos show at a time on your profile. So again, make the first 7 the most important ones and the most strategic ones for your business and your industry. Search. More functions and search parameters are only available in the paid accounts now. Here's my favorite. You can now easily connect to third-degree connections. We'll talk through that a little bit more in a bit, but it used to be quite difficult to do that without a paid account, and now it's fairly easy. And you can do backups and archives. Jobs. You can, in fact, advise LinkedIn that you're open to hearing from recruiters, and your employer probably won't know that you did that. First of all, your background image has changed. If you see here, this is my before picture. It says Purplegate. The purple part there, Purplegator is cut off. It just doesn't look quite right. So I clicked in the little box there that says Update Background Photo. My choices are to upload a photo, and it gives the proper dimensions. I can reposition it, or I can delete it. So in my case, I repositioned the image. I just picked it up and moved it a little bit, and now you can read the full Purplegator and engage and acquire. It shows the person using the mobile phone. So I'm happy with the change in the look of my background image. As I mentioned, your summary has changed. This is my before picture again. You can see that last sentence there. I said, do you need to hire nurses, truck drivers, or salespeople? Are you frustrated with credit? And just ellipses off, and it's just cut off. It looks like this is about 235 characters, and you want to make the most of it. Remember, you have one chance to make a great first impression. So I want to be sure that those 2 sentences are exactly the thing that grabs somebody's attention and makes them want to learn more. Here's my headline, engage and acquire new customers, digital mobile marketing explained, and talent acquisition via mobile. Those are the things that my customers are interested in right now, and those are areas that I want to expand my business. Remember, again, your headline is not your job title. You want to tell the problems you solve and the value someone gets from connecting with you. Your headline has 120 characters max. Think about the keywords. Keywords are so important here. What do you want to be found for? I want to be found for talent acquisition via mobile. I want to be found for geo-targeting and geo-conquesting and mobile advertising. And also something to keep in mind, only your first degree connections can see your phone number and your email and your contact info. I'm in sales. I want people to be able to get a hold of me immediately if they're interested in learning more. So you see here where I changed in my summary, I put my phone number first. Then I say, I help businesses understand the best ways to use social and mobile marketing to engage with their unique audience and acquire new business. Let's talk about geo-targeting, geo-conquesting, and mobile advertising. And then I have more detail down below, but that's what I want them to see right away. In your featured skills, only the top 3 are displayed, so make sure the ones you want to be found for. To get here, you're going to click on that picture of yourself where it says Me, View Profile, and then scroll down to your Skills section. You can click Edit on the little pencil, and you can move them around. To reorder, you're going to click that little hamburger thing and just drag them. So you can move the one that is the most important up to the top. And you also can delete a skill by clicking the X. You might have a different industry, you might have different skills today that you want to be known for. This isn't necessarily everything that you're good at. This is what you want people to know you understand and can help them with. So you're going to want to use this section strategically. The search functions have also changed. I took this directly from the LinkedIn website. As a part of our new desktop experience, the following premium search filters are only available in our LinkedIn Recruiter and Sales Navigator offerings. Information such as years of experience, somebody's function, their seniority, what they're interested in, the size of the company, and when they joined. You can do Boolean searches in the search bar if you're good at that. And that means if you want to look for only the Vice President of Marketing, then you might want to put in the Boolean search, I'm interested in the Vice President of Marketing, but not the assistant to the Vice President of Marketing. And you can go to the LinkedIn help section for more details about how to set those things up. The free search options, here's the screen. You can filter by your first connection, your second connection. You can search by keywords, location, current company, past company, industry, profile, school. And then, of course, they are always trying to encourage you to upgrade to one of their paid services, such as a premium service. LinkedIn Premium subscription options. And I will say, I have not yet paid for a LinkedIn Premium service. I know people who do, and they find it to be helpful. I have not found the need to do that just yet. So it says here they have premium account options for job seekers, sales, and talent professionals, as well as the general professional who wants to get more out of LinkedIn. If you have a free account and you want to upgrade, you can compare the account types described below. And I'll tell you, pricing is not easy to find. With each option, they're going to give you a month's free trial. And I guess if you click through and you might have to give some credit card information, you might find the pricing eventually. But I searched and I was not able to easily find what it costs. Your groups have also moved. Click on that little Rubik's Cube above the word work. And then there's some things that pop up here, learning, post a job, advertise. There you see the groups. Everything else is sort of something unrelated. Down at the very bottom, you can see also is create a company page. That's where you would do that as well. So you want to click on your groups. Your groups is like a standard news feed and more. They make it a little confusing with the 2 little gears there. You want to click on the gear inside the blue to change the order in which your groups are displayed on your profile. So the groups has changed its layout a little bit. It looks like a standard news feed and a little bit more. But remember, your profile is only going to display 7 group logos at a time. So you want to make sure that your most important groups show up first on your profile page. In order to change the order that groups are displayed on your profile, now you're going to click on this little TP looking thing, and that group is going to jump to the top of the list. It just hops right up there. Let's talk a little bit about how to search for contacts. I like to let Google do the work for me. So I go to a Google search bar and I type the person's name, the plus sign, the company name, plus sign, LinkedIn. Sometimes I add the city or something else that will help me narrow it down. I did have to look for a Brian Smith once, and there were over, I want to say 3 million options. So this was the way that I was able to get to him very quickly. So in this example, I'm searching for Dave Reichert on LinkedIn. Yeah, works for Davis Hahn. He's actually in Dallas, Texas. So the top one there is the one that I'm looking for. Inside LinkedIn, once I found who may or may not be the Dave Reichert that I want, who's actually the fourth one down, don't click on connect or send in mail. Instead, go over and click on his name that's highlighted there in blue. You can see here that Dave is currently a third level connection for me. Previously, it was really complicated to connect with a third level. This is the way it used to look. How do you know John? I had to say that how we'd done business together. I had to include a personal note. Sometimes I had to include the email address that I knew that maybe was connected with his LinkedIn profile or the one that he'd used to set up his profile. And I actually used to teach on a very strategic back door or secret passageway where you could get around all of these things. Now you can easily connect with third level connections without paying any extra, without jumping through any hoops. You want to click on that button that says connect. And then the important thing here is to be sure to customize your invitation. It says right there, add a note. You don't just want to have the standard, hi Dave, I'd like to connect with you on LinkedIn. You want to be brief and effective with the 300 characters you're allowed in your note. You might want to connect before an upcoming appointment. You might want to remind him where you met. You might want to discuss who you know in common. You might want to tell him who recommended that you connect. You could mention that you read a post that he wrote. You could talk about the fact that you saw him or his company in the news. And then you can briefly talk about a problem you can solve for him. But again, you're just asking him to connect. You're not reaching out and saying, hey, have I got a deal for you and I can help you and I want to sell you this. This is not the place for that. So when you're connecting, you want to be sure to customize your invitation. Before I spoke to the West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce recently, I received this. Hi, Barbara, I'm looking forward to your business roundtable presentation on Wednesday. Would you please consider adding me as a LinkedIn connection? Thank you in advance. He told me where he was going to see me and that he looked forward to learning from me. Of course, I'm going to connect with him. So I said accept. And I got permission from him to use it in the presentation. If you're using LinkedIn on a mobile app, you'll see the person's picture, InMail, or connect. You don't want to click where it says connect. Otherwise, it automatically sends that very lame standard invitation. Dear Jane, I'd like to connect with you on LinkedIn. I know Jane, so I used her as my test subject. Instead, inside the app, you want to click on that ellipsis. Then you're given the choice to personalize your invite, to follow, or to share via private message. But you just click on personalize your invite, and then again, you have 300 characters to include in your personalized invitation. The relationship section is going away. LinkedIn is removing the relationship section of the profile tomorrow. I'm recording this on May the 30th, where you might have kept reminders, notes, and tags. You can download the data through May 31st, and they may extend that a little bit longer. Those are moving to paid services, either Sales Navigator or Recruiter Lite. So if you want to get an archive of your data, you go to your account basics, scroll down, and you see where you can get an archive of the data. You can get a fast file or also a detailed account information. I requested the archive and I got it in about a half an hour. It used to be easier to export your LinkedIn connections emails. I couldn't find the place inside LinkedIn where I could do it, so I went back to Google and I said, how do I download a CSV of my LinkedIn connections? So that first top one there says export LinkedIn connections, LinkedIn/address book export. I recommend that you do that so you have the data in case you need it. Some people download their LinkedIn connections and then they use that for mailing lists. So here I was able to get to the right place, download a CSV of my LinkedIn connections emails, and then export. Do I want it to go to Microsoft Outlook, Outlook Express, or a Mac address book? The file I received only contained the person's first name, last name, and email address. It seems to me in previous versions I at least got the company name, but that doesn't come anymore. It's just first name, last name, and email address. Remember before I said some people are not comfortable putting up a LinkedIn profile or updating their LinkedIn profile because they don't want the boss to know that they are in fact looking for a job. Well, if you are looking for a job or you find yourself open to a new opportunity, LinkedIn has some great new features. At that top menu bar, there's also a button that says, or a tab that says Jobs. From that Jobs tab, you can let LinkedIn know that you're open to hearing from recruiters. So you're going to click on Jobs, and then you're going to click on Update Your Preferences. Then it's a simple on-off switch to let them know that you are open. Let recruiters know you're open. And down there with the little shield, it says, we take steps to not show your current company that you're open, but we can't guarantee that we can identify every recruiter affiliated with your company. So it does allow you to signal you're open. It allows you to stand out in some recruiter searches, and it does allow you to receive some more opportunities if that is something that you're interested in doing. One last important thing, you don't want to notify your network of every single profile change. As you update things and change things, the people that you're connected to get a notification and or an email that says, you know, Barb updated her work status, Barb updated her work experience, Barb updated her volunteer experience. So you want to go into your privacy settings. So you're going to go to your profile and then you're going to go to privacy and scroll down here to where it says sharing profile edits. Change that to no. You want to go in and make a bunch of your changes and then turn it back on strategically. There's nothing wrong with letting people know that you've made a change. You just don't need them to know you made 12 changes. So they are in fact notified that you made a change. So use that strategically when you're near the end, turn it back on. Then the people that you're connected with are going to be notified. Because at the end of the day, you want more people coming to look at your profile to see the solutions you offer and the problems that you solve, so they want to do business with you. I truly believe that LinkedIn is the single best place to build your network and establish yourself as an industry expert. Used properly, it's going to help you increase your sales, increase referrals, and advance in your career. And I love this quote by Robert Kiyosaki, the richest people in the world build networks. Everyone else is trained to look for work. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions or want more information, please email me, barb@purplegator.com. I will send you the link to this slide, the presentation on our Slideshare, and I'll also be happy to send you a copy of the handout. In conclusion, let's connect. Please send me a LinkedIn request. Let me know how you heard about me, what you read about me, why you would want to connect and do business, and I'll be happy to connect with you. There's all the ways you can reach me if you want to learn more. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.